Let's talk some Royal Rumble. Here we go.
Let's go. This ain't the Rock Night. Austin thinking he stinks.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. It's time. Oh yes, it's time. It's time for another edition of In This Very Ring. Right here, only on A2D Radio. I am your host, the commissioner, the one and only, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever goddamn will be. I am Ritz, and joining me as always is my tag team partner. He hails from Toasty Town, the Mayor, Butters!
Oh yeah.
You kill me every damn time. I'm like, all right, cool. We rocking and rolling. We hopping and bopping. Cool. And then this one's like, oh yeah, all right. Jackass.
It wouldn't be me without the greasiness.
That's a good point. But how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I am wonderful. We are 1 week away. Let me put this out there for everybody. We are 1 week away from the Royal Rumble. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about Royal Rumble. We're going to talk This Week in Wrestling too, but we're really going to put some focus on the next week's Royal Rumble. And why? Because next week we are going to be doing a live reaction show. So this is going to be our preview show. But why does all of this matter? Because as soon as the Royal Rumble is over, we get on the road to WrestleMania. It is every wrestling fan's favorite time of the year because whether you're a WWE fan, you're an AEW fan, you're a TNA fan, or you're a Mission Pro Wrestling fan, everybody loves the WrestleMania season because it is like our Super Bowl. And just like the Cincinnati Bengals, who punched their tickets by beating the Tennessee Titans just a few hours ago, they are just one step closer to getting to the dance, to getting to the big one. And we're going to break it all down for you tonight. Tonight's show, as always, is brought to you by these guys right here, Body Check Wellness. Body Check Wellness is a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use promo code APD for 25% off your order at bodycheckwellness.com. And our topic of conversation, if I hit the right button, is WWE is stepping through the forbidden door at the right time. Agree, disagree. And this poll question is brought to you by our friend Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy. He has 2 locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. He's our doc. Make him yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal at SpecializedPhysicalTherapy.com. Butters, lay it on me, my guy. What do you think?
Well, we meet again. I wouldn't call it at the right time. I mean, it's about time because, I mean, everybody else is doing it, so it's WWE. Everybody's going to say, oh, well, we copied them. So, I mean, I wouldn't call it the right time. Like I said, I'd call it about time.
Think it's going to go more towards about time?
Yeah. So I'll probably have to disagree with this one. I wouldn't say it's the right time. I would just say it's about time. Because like I said, you've got everybody else and their mother going, let's swap talent, let's bring talent in, let's do this, let's do that. And here's WWE on the outside just watching going, hey, it's actually doing something for them. Maybe we should give it a try for once.
Possibly. See, I agree. I think, and I'll take the opposite side to this, right? I 100% agree. I think this is the absolute right time for WWE to do this. And mostly because, right, it's the Royal Rumble. You can take people and you can throw them in here for no real reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to put them in front of your audience, to put them in front of the WWE audience and see how they do.
Yeah.
Right? Well, what's the harm in that?
What's the reaction? What can, the fans say that, oh my God, so-and-so's here. Oh my God.
Right. For example, right, in the Women's Royal Rumble this year, you have Mickie James, who is the current Impact Knockouts champion, which is her horrendous name. But she's the current Impact Knockouts champion. And she's going into the Royal Rumble as the Impact Knockouts champion. Right? With 9 spots left in the Women's Royal Rumble, could we see more people show up? Here's some more names, though. Right? Granted, these are WWE names, right? But Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Lita, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Summer Rae. Right? And ever since they've been doing the Women's Royal Rumble, these are some names that have popped up every year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But with this Forbidden Door, is there any name you think should be there that isn't there?
And there's always going to be names that, that should be there that isn't. I mean, you can look at Britt Baker. You can look at, oh, man. Why am I forgetting these names?
No shot Britt fucking Baker shows up.
I know it's no shit.
The fact that you even said Britt Baker. I want to get in my truck, drive over to your house, and hit you.
It's a good name, damn it. I mean, we could see Lana for all we care.
What a swerve.
She's not doing anything right now. I mean,
Neither
they compare, huh?
Neither is her husband.
But hey, I mean, I think he's on the injured reserve list there.
No one gives a shit about him.
But I mean, they could say, "Hey, want to make a few bucks? Come just jump in the Royal Rumble for a moment and get put through a table again."
I'm kidding. Edie Zahari chiming in over there on Facebook. Asuka, Bailey, Lacey, Alexa will return, and PW Insiders reporting that Melina and Cameron are also going to be there. No, and absolutely right. We know there's going to be surprises. I would be surprised a little bit, very little, if Alexa shows up in the Royal Rumble. They've been doing all these vignettes with her backstage. Mm-hmm. Well, not even backstage, right? At her therapist's office. This is leading to some transition. And unless they do something big tomorrow night on Raw, I don't think we see her end up in the Royal Rumble.
And then, another good surprise name would be Trish Stratus. Since Charlotte Flair is going to be in that match. Come on, you could have Trish and Lita team up and beat Charlotte out of that match.
But they've had Trish and Lita in the Royal Rumble.
Well, I get that, but hence why I said you get Trish and Lita in there and they knock Charlotte out of the match and then go from there.
Maybe. I don't see Trish showing up. So, all right, let's assume for a second. Let's go based on Edie's comments, though. Right? You add Melina.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you add Cameron, which I think is stupid because Cameron sucked, but whatever.
Hey, she could team with her old partner.
Fuck off. That moves her to 20. That moves us to 23. 7 more people. Okay? I don't think Lacey Evans comes back. I don't think she's ready to come back.
No, she's ready. She is hardcore ready.
Is she? I haven't checked in on her lately.
She's been working the hell out.
All right, so let's say Lacey Evans does make her return, which would be huge.
This would probably be the earliest she'd come back, but there is a high possibility of her coming back. She has been working out like a bat out of hell, even with her baby in the gym with her.
Pete Evans from Birds of a Feather, he absolutely freaking agrees to the poll. Frank Vespi, I agree to the poll. Unfortunately, WWE is now going to repackage me and I have to I hate you. I'm not even finishing that. Jake Friel from HUD Fan Friday. What's up, boys? I have to agree to the poll. And Edie Zahari drops in a Ronda Rousey. I don't think you get Ronda at the Rumble.
You could get her to show up. I mean, it's just a one and done appearance.
Possibly. But
To kind of say,
like
hey, we'll let you finish that contract with a one and done appearance.
Maybe.
I mean, you really think about it.
Maybe. We're not gonna put. Let's not put Ronda on this list, all right? And I'm writing all these down, right? We'll reference back this next week when we're on the air.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I would love to see Bayley come back and win it.
All right, so we'll put Bayley on this list. I'm okay. I'm confident enough that you could see Bayley, right? She was at AT&T Stadium last week when the Dallas Cowboys jackasses lost to the San Francisco 49ers and decided to go in their own stadium and sit at home. Cocky little fucks.
Oh man.
So, and I think Bayley could definitely show up in the Royal Rumble. I
don't know about Sasha because I think she's still out with injury.
Yeah, Sasha's still out. I don't see Becky going in the Rumble. I think if I can't believe these words are going to come out of my mouth. But if Doudrop actually beats Becky, I don't see her going into the Rumble.
I see it as whoever loses goes in the Rumble. So you can probably open up a spot for one of them. Just put like a loser of the women's match. But I agree with you. I don't see them doing Doudrop because then what's going to be your big Raw match for WrestleMania unless Doudrop drops it before then.
Right.
I know you're not going to have Becky win it and then go Becky Charlotte at Mania.
No.
There ain't a snowball's chance in hell on that happening.
God, no. But Charlotte is in the match.
Yep.
Right? So Charlotte being in the match changes some of the dynamic a little bit, right?
Well, see, here's my thing, though, is I have that feeling that WWE's going to go with this stupid shit and have her choose her opponent, which means she's going to win the Rumble.
Now, that would be a cool swerve.
Because that's what she's going to, she said she gets to do. She wins it, she gets to choose her opponent. Like,
that would be pretty cool. You know what? And Edie puts up another good one. Could we see Raquel declare for the Rumble?
That's true. That is very true.
You know what? Let's put Raquel on this list too.
You've still got NXT talent. Cora Jade to be in there. I mean, she's on fire right now.
I don't think we see a lot of.
No. We don't see a lot, but we see at least one or two.
If anything, I think we see Casey Catanzaro.
Oh, all her nice little acrobatic antics.
Yeah.
Her Ninja Warrior skills.
I'm putting her down. Screw it.
But yeah, I believe if anything, Cora Jade is being as hot as she is right now, people could see her in the Rumble. Maybe Mandy.
Mandy. All right, we'll put Mandy down. You want me to put Cora Jade down?
No, I'm just saying in general, I'm just thinking of the people because I don't see any of the others in the Rumble. Especially not no damn Wendy Chu. Dear God, that gimmick is just horrid. That feels like a gimmick, something that like me or you would have.
No.
Oh, what? You don't want to be sleeping and drinking all the time in the ring?
Do that now.
Exactly. It's a horrible gimmick.
Really, it's a horrendous gimmick. I jumped on a list of like, all right, active women's wrestlers that could potentially show, like just active women's wrestlers in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about Victoria?
Possible. Yeah, Victoria, I could see. And if we're still, if the Forbidden Door's there, I know this one's another snowball's chance in hell, but Gail Kim possibly.
No, Gail Kim retired, and I think she's done. I think she's done.
No, I'm just saying because the way she, as much as she hates WWE,
but because of that, I don't think she'd. Even if she wasn't done, I don't think she would come back.
That's what I'm saying. It was just a name, pops up in the head.
No, I hear you, right? No, and I get it.
Because she is popular outside of WWE. She's always been popular.
Oh my God! You know what? Here you go, Forbidden Door, and a way to tie it all back for Mickie James, and a reason why Impact would do this. Deonna Purrazzo.
I could see it. Ring of Honor Women's Champion, AAA reigning champion. Have her eliminate Mickie.
And then they're able to take that elsewhere. Yep, that's our 30. I think Deonna Purrazzo absolutely fits that.
Yeah, I mean, eventually get another shot at the women's title at Impact after her current challenger.
Yeah. Who's her current challenger?
It's going to be Tasha Steelz I think it's No Way Out.
Okay.
But yeah, I could wholeheartedly see that.
Yeah, no, I like the Deonna Purrazzo.
That's a hell of a name right there.
Yeah, that's a strong one. You know, and when you look at the list, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got Rhea Ripley, Nikki ASH, Dana Brooke, Carmella, Queen Zelina, Tamina Shotzi, Natalia, Aaliyah, Naomi, Shayna Baszler, Charlotte Flair, Nikki and Brie Bella, Lita, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Summer Rae, Mickie James, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. And that's just who's been announced, right? More people could announce over the next couple of days, but I don't really see anybody announcing with there's only being 9 spots left.
No, I think they leave the rest of that for surprises because that's the whole mystique of the Rumble is these surprise returns, these surprise entrances. If you announce all your freaking Rumble entrances, you just kind of like you're an asshole.
You take away the excitement of it, right? You know, I know next week, right, when we're sitting here watching the Royal Rumble, we're gonna have our notes. We're gonna have our predictions, and we'll run through some of the predictions here in a minute. But we're also gonna be sitting there going, all right, who's coming out at number 4? You know, there are reasons to be excited for it, right? If you know all the participants, then you're literally going to sit there and map out the Royal Rumble, and it's not fun anymore. That is what a Royal Rumble is, though. It is fun, right? And it goes back to the poll question. We circle it back. This is the right time to step through that forbidden door that everybody has talked about for so long. At your event where literally anything can happen. You know, and Edie is blowing up the comments over here about Paige. Paige could be a surprise entrant. I don't know, right? I don't know if...
I know past couple weeks she's been teasing everybody on Twitter. And I honestly think that's just to fuck with people.
And I'm not saying because I don't like Paige, right? Let me be very, very clear. I like Paige. I want to see Paige back in the ring. I don't know if all the teasing and everything like that is real. Paige is an internet troll. I love Paige.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She's just fucking with everybody at this point because I think she made one little comment and it blew the hell up, and now she's just like, I'm gonna run with it. And I think a lot of it had to do with Corey Graves getting cleared medically.
Yeah, because Corey did get cleared. And could we, we'll transition to the men, but remember Corey Graves' name when we get to the men's Royal Rumble.
Yerp.
Okay. But this is truly a time where people are able to show up, come in for a little, 15 minutes or whatever, 10 minutes or whatever, and then fuck off, and we don't ever see him again.
Yeah.
Right? But it was an exposure. So for somebody like Impact, allowing Mickie James to come in, it's not exposure for Mickie James because Mickie James doesn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
But we all know Mickey's going to walk out with that title.
To Hardcore Country.
To Hardcore Country. Her song and her Impact song.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now that's exposure for Impact. What would be really cool, and I don't see WWE doing it, is if they use the Impact nameplate.
Yeah.
Right? To
but
really
they've worked
differentiate.
They could possibly do it. They've worked with Impact multiple times in the past.
When?
Actually, they have. They had one involving Christian. They've had, I think, one other. I don't remember when, but They sent Christian over to Impact so they could get some. I don't know if it was a footage or if it was to insert in somebody into the Hall of Fame. But
I do remember that.
They've worked out a couple deals in the past with Impact, so they got that working relationship with Impact.
It's not great, but yeah. Brian Daly from Huggy Happy Hour wants to know, do you guys think Lita's going to get a title push with Charlotte after her appearance on SmackDown 2 weeks ago? Oh, God damn it.
That'd be a big match at Mania. Charlotte's fought Trish, so why not fight Lita?
I could see them going down that direction. I just don't know if I like the idea of them going down that direction.
Nobody's really going to like it, but it's at the end of the day, it's
now on the other side of the coin. I have seen Lita working out, and so I think she could go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think she can go to Charlotte's level.
Well, no, but again, it'd be one of those Charlotte versus Trish at SummerSlam. Now we'd have Lita versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. And then you just have Charlotte fight, a couple other legends at one of the other, big 4 pay-per-views. And then Charlotte can cement her legacy even further.
Maybe.
Because she took on all these big legends at the big 4 pay-per-views.
Maybe. Let's transition though to the men's Royal Rumble. Well, first of all, very early. And like I said, I'm gonna write these down, right, so that we have them and we can reference them next week.
Correct.
Okay. Very early prediction for the women's Royal Rumble. Who do you have?
Bayley.
You have Bayley. God, are you gonna look stupid if she doesn't even show up?
Oh, I am gonna look stupid, but I don't give a damn.
But see, I'm gonna look equally as stupid because I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna write it down before I even say it. I'm gonna say Liv goddamn Morgan.
Okay.
I think it's, even though it's not probably the smartest choice.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it'll happen. I really do think it'll happen. All right, let's move on to the men's Royal Rumble. All right. Now, the men are in a really different position here. And I find it very intriguing that they are this way. And it's a testament to how many men are free agents and how many women are free agents.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 15 people named for the men's Royal Rumble this year.
Yeah.
And they are Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, Austin Theory, fucking Johnny Knoxville. God damn it. Sheamus, Damian Priest, AJ Styles, Big E, Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, jackass, Sami Zayn, Kofi Kingston, and Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already going to put on this list Corey Graves.
Yeah. I mean, because they've done it before where the commentator with JBL, Booker T, the commentators got into the Rumble. Jerry the King Lawler.
I'm not putting Jerry Lawler on that list.
No. I'm talking about years back where they've been on commentary and they get in the ring at the Rumble.
Yeah.
You've had Booker T, you've had JBL, you've had Jerry the King Lawler. So why not Corey Graves? He's cleared. He could be on commentary. His music hits. Oh, hey.
Nobody would fucking know who it is.
Well, I get that. It'd have to be, the Titantron would have to tell him who it is. But still, at the end of the day, Corey Graves could still be announcing in the Rumble. Come on. Or not the Rumble. Come on. His number gets picked. Boom.
No, it's very, very possible.
Like I said, it wouldn't be a first, and it wouldn't be a last.
Yeah. Let's see. I got one for you.
Ooh.
Brock Lesnar.
I was thinking more like Roman Reigns.
No, so I've been doing some research today and different things like that, and Brock's been a big name talked about in a lot of different conversations because let's say Brock beats Bobby. Brock enters the Rumble, wins the Rumble to go fight Reigns at WrestleMania.
Ugh. Here you go with that title unification bullshit again.
How else are you going to do it? How fucking else are you going to unify the titles?
You don't.
You do.
You don't. You have Seth win against Roman Reigns. Reigns enter the Rumble and go challenge Brock.
No.
C.
No.
C.
No.
Fine. How about Santino Marella?
I will fucking kill you.
I can totally see him being in the Rumble this year.
No. Absolutely not.
Okay, let's take this a little further with a Forbidden Door. How about Moose?
You know what? I was just looking at that. I was like, who else does Impact have?
Moose.
I think the place would explode if Moose showed up.
Yep. I mean, you could also have Morrissey.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, Rosca, stop putting the score to the game in here. I'm going to ask nicely one time. Stop putting the score to the game.
What? He wants us to transition over to football like we do every week.
No.
But no,
I'm sorry.
I can see Morrissey come over from Impact. Big Cass.
No shot. Big Cass comes over.
Oh yeah, he could. He that dude's gotten so much healthier and better over the few years.
But I think he burned his bridge with them.
I don't think he burned his bridge. I think he WWE could, another one I could see is Zack Ryder.
Matt Cardona.
Yep.
I can see Cardona. And I'll write Cardona down, right? The only thing is I don't see Cardona because of some of the stuff he said post.
Well, he said that, but then here recently he said he'd come back to the WWE. He made a positive WWE statement, so that kind of, potential hint.
Possibly.
What about Ciampa or Pete Dunne?
Oh, wait, you haven't gotten there yet.
I'm just throwing out names at this point, man.
I want to kind of stick with the Forbidden Door for a minute.
Okay, Forbidden Door. That's cool. That's cool.
Right. Only for a minute, right? I want to kind of roll through some different names.
You know what? You want to stick with Forbidden Door. How about this one? And I know this is a big ass long shot, but what about Mox?
No.
I'm just throwing names out there.
No, stop it. You're not that fucking stupid. Stop it.
Nobody is, but crazier shits happen.
There is no god fuck way. No fucking shot. I will let you take that thing home. If John Moxley walks out the Royal Rumble. You understand me? You will happily take that thing home. I will eat crow on air next week if that motherfucker shows up at the Royal Rumble.
Oh.
There is no god fuck way. Do you hear me? No way that he ends up there.
Oh man, that's too good. Oh man. I mean, I really don't see any AEW superstars showing up anyways, but still, it just we're throwing out some Forbidden Door names. Fuck
Can
it,
we
why-
make them fucking reasonable? That's like saying, you know what that was like? That was like you saying, CM Punk. No!
possible?
Fuck off.
Sting.
Maybe. No!
But no, God, Rhino.
I wouldn't want to see Rhino in the Rumble.
I mean, he's an Impact right now.
No, I get that, but that would actually make me upset if Rhino was in the Rumble.
Maybe some NWA appearances like Nick Aldis. If Mickey's gonna be there, why not have her husband there?
I am writing that down. I am writing that down. I love that. You know what? And Dynasty flying in here with the Trevor Murdoch. I'm writing Trevor Murdoch down.
That's a good one because he's the current NWA World Champion. I mean, you could have another Forbidden Door champion come in. I mean, that would be great. Former WWE talent.
Could you imagine, though? Let's just imagine for a moment. Trevor Murdoch with the NWA title. The place goes bananas, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's in the ring. He's doing his thing. And then 3, 2, 1. Nick Aldis' music hit. They'd blow the roof off this joint. I'd blow the roof off the fucking ceiling in here. Oh, wait. Hold the phone. Everybody stop. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very, very, very special guest waiting in the wings. It's been a long time since this man has been on H&D Radio talking about professional wrestling. And this is a guy that needs absolutely no introduction, but I'm going to give him one. The host of Lazy Booking, ladies and gentlemen, none other than Chrome.
What's
Oh,
up,
boy.
boys?
What's up?
Holy hell, it's the Chromester.
It's Rumble
And he's
time,
got
baby.
he's got that retro Rumble shirt on.
Rumble time, baby. Let's go.
I love it. Buddy, what is going on, man? It is so good to have you on the show.
Yeah, man. Slacker as usual. I meant to text you like an hour before and say, hey, I want to hop on with you guys.
Yeah, literally, I hit go live, did my intro, and hit the video button. I looked down at my phone to share, and he goes, hey, let me know when you go live. I want to jump on with you guys tonight. Fuck.
I said, hey, sorry I'm late. I know you're literally going live as we speak, but by the way, I would like to hop on with you.
So, I have to ask you, Chrome, our poll question on this, WWE is stepping through the forbidden door at the right time.
Yeah.
I agree. Butters disagrees. Tell me why Butters is wrong.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. This is the way that the professional wrestling industry is going right now, guys. And I think that there's, we've seen what AEW has done with it. I don't think they maximized the best in terms of how they did it with Impact, but you've seen them work with AAA and other companies, and you're seeing what Impact's doing with Ring of Honor right now, right? And what it's showing is that you can thrive, coexist, and you can still build up talent, tell great stories, and it adds a new element of surprise to pro wrestling because everything is so predictable. It really is. And let's be honest with WWE, and we talk about the weekly programming, right? It's rinse, repeat, same thing. We see the same matches for 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row, or the same feuds for 4 months in a row, to the point of nauseum. And that's a conversation for another day. I think a big problem with that is the emphasis that people said we want to see longer wrestling matches, which is fine, less talking segments. So then what happens is now everybody's thrown in the ring to enhance their feud that we've already seen them, wrestle in. We've seen 6 tag team matches before we finally throw them one-on-one. And all of them are false finishes, right? It's whatever the thing is. Dusty finishes and whatever. But for WWE right now, this is a way now for them to kind of integrate into the direction that the industry is going. And yes, there's sports entertainment and there's wrestling and there's things that are in between, but it makes a lot of sense for them. And people forget, guys, because a lot of people said, Vince won't do this right. He'll never put anybody in a highlight. That's completely false, because you can go back to the 1990s with the original ECW invasion on Monday Night Raw. You had Sabu dive off of the big R or the A or whatever it was. And, you had the face-to-face with Paul Heyman and Jerry Lawler. You go back to Smoky Mountain Wrestling when they integrated Smoky Mountain Wrestling in there. And listen, they were featured very heavily in there. They were put over quite a bit. So you look at that and the way that they've done talent share. They sent Undertaker down to Smoky Mountain Wrestling to wrestle Glenn Jacobs. I forget what his character's name was back then. Where it actually opened up opportunities. It's also another way for them guys to kind of scout other ways to work and work with other talent for potential relationships down the road. I think it's the right time to do it. This is the kind of match that allows you to experiment with it and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work out, it's the Royal Rumble, right? It can be a one-off. It can be an appearance and be done with it. You're not committing to anything by adding them into this. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to do that.
No, I absolutely agree with you. And that was kind of my point as well, right? With it being the Royal Rumble, it's the right time to allow somebody to come in, showcase them. If it works, great, right? How can we make this work in the future? If the crowd doesn't take to them, they're like, okay, we're not going to use you anymore, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the crowd not taking to it. Some of the things you maybe do worry about is, whoever they bring in, how recognizable to a WWE audience will they be?
Right.
AEW has opened, it's just a different product, right? There's a lot of people who've been on the indie scene, so people know who people are. You know what I mean? If you bring in, a guy like a Moose or something like that, the AEW crowd knows who that is. If you're not an Impact Wrestling fan, or you're not a former NFL fan where he played, a lot of people are going to be. You have to worry about how familiar they're going to be.
Correct. Ryan comes to some breaking news. After deciding to leave the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers has officially signed with AEW. I take it the Packers lost.
Dude, what an ending of that game! I'll tell you what.
That bad, huh?
I mean, I don't care. I mean, I lost money, but I should have known better though than to bet on Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs to do anything positive.
So what we're doing is we're going through the remaining 15 spots of the men's Royal Rumble. Just some quick predictions, right?
Sure.
We've said Corey Graves, Brock Lesnar, Moose, Matt Cardona, Nick Aldis, Trevor Murdoch. Having a little bit of fun with the Forbidden Door too, right? Do you have any names you think you could see in the Royal Rumble this year?
I think he touched on a couple. I don't know that Matt Cardona, I would like to see him. I don't know that they're going to do that. He's done an amazing job. However, I don't think his wife has done them any favors.
No.
No.
But, hey, listen, Vince has put things to the side for business, so you never know. Matt Cardona's a great name, though. What's it? W. Morrissey, I think, is a really good one. And I think he's another one to look out for also, because his contract is actually expired or getting ready to expire with Impact. I'm pretty sure it's expired. So he's technically a free agent. I think he's working without a contract. So this could be a chance for him, a guy who has all the makeups for Vince to love. If he's got his head on straight and he's got his act together, another guy you could see come back and maybe create a second opportunity like a Drew McIntyre was able to do eventually down the road, and come back and then end up creating something pretty special. I like what he's doing in Impact. So
I think he's Moose's current challenger at No Surrender.
Right. He's working without a contract, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so that, if they both show up at the same time, it'd be even better.
And listen, if they both show up and you have them have something go on in the middle of the Rumble, hey, WWE can benefit from the Forbidden Door, and they can enhance their own storyline for the Impact product. It's a great. Hell, so nobody ends up hurting anybody's, business. You could have those two basically do their work in the ring and then take each other out somehow because of their feud that they have going. So it's a great point there, Butters. I can't believe I'm saying that. But
so hold on. He didn't come up with it on his own, right? When we were talking about the women's Royal Rumble, we talked about Mickie James and we touched on Deonna Purrazzo potentially.
Deonna, I think, is a good possible name there.
So that's where he got that line of thing. He's not that smart.
No.
So.
But still, either way, it's still the same.
I know it's fun to talk about. I think we can eliminate any AEW names. The only one I could possibly see making an appearance is Chris Jericho. It wouldn't shock me. I could see it.
Yeah.
I don't think from everything I gathered and read, Vince and Jericho still seem to have a pretty good relationship.
Well, and he just tagged WWE in a post on Twitter. I think it was yesterday, the day before. I don't remember what the match was, but something happened 20 years ago, and it was him versus Chris Benoit.
Okay.
And he retweeted it and was like at WWE.
Yeah. So he, if there is one, that would be the one. I think although I love the idea of Cody, I think that's a pipe dream, A, and B, my God, would that be a nuclear meltdown for everybody? I just think AEW is kind of pushing too hard. Like, I think a lot of the stuff that comes out, and Andy knows I know this for a fact, a lot of the times when you hear from Fightful and all that, a lot of those rumors come from the talent themselves. So I could see Cody leaking that stuff out there to draw up it's going to put his mouth and their product out in the conversation of one of WWE's biggest events. So it's all smart, but they're trying way too hard with I love Cody's promo this week.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Also trying way too hard to push this, I'm a free agent stuff. I'd love to have my contract. I'm sure he probably already has his damn contract.
Oh, yeah.
But to your point, and now Butters was like, Moxley showing up, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, stop it. But
I'd love it. It won't happen, but I'd love it.
The Cody thing would be legitimately hysterical for me.
Oh, yeah.
Like if Cody, especially when you reference back the promo that he cut Friday night, right? And how he talked about the Forbidden Door, and everybody wants to talk about Forbidden Door. I'm the one that built the Forbidden Door, blah, 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 blah. You're like, okay, now if you show up next week, it's all connected at this point.
No, I don't know when his contract is up.
Cody's?
No. However, I know that he's not being brought back in. AEW, Brian Cage would be, if his contract is up between now and Rumble, either it's just expired or it's about to expire. If he's up, because I definitely think he's WWE bound.
I think his is coming up. I think it's coming up.
I read his is going to expire within the next 30 to 60 days is what somebody had.
Okay.
So I know essentially around March.
I think Marco Stunt's is expired. Joey Janela's expired
right
before Double or
all three of those are within the next 30 to 60 days.
Yeah. Honestly, though, just making that point, though, if they're not intending to re-sign him, but they're not releasing people from contracts, and they allow people to work elsewhere, I wouldn't eliminate that if they're going to do the quote-unquote Forbidden Door with AEW, that Tony wouldn't say, go ahead, you want to go do the Rumble, go do the Rumble. I wouldn't eliminate that possibility either.
I think
as long as you can be promoted as an AEW guy right now while you're there.
Right. And I think to your point, no, I don't think Tony would say, no, you can't go do it either. I just don't think anybody would really say, hey, I want to go do the Rumble. I couldn't see an AEW star knowing that WWE's the biggest competition, quote unquote.
You couldn't see Brian Cage isn't coming back though.
Oh, you're talking about just Brian Cage. I thought you were talking about any AEW star.
No, I'm saying specifically Brian Cage.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. I could totally see him go.
Like a guy whose contract's expired. Okay, we're not releasing guys, but hey, I am making the rounds this week, Greg. I know. I know.
Yeah, you were on Wednesday night. You were on Thursday night. Were you on last night?
Thursday? No, I wasn't. Thursday was a total happenstance. I was not supposed to be on. But when I read the comments section 5 minutes into the show, I told them, Send me the goddamn link. I'm coming on.
Well, what's funny is I missed you come on. It wasn't until I saw the clip the next morning, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I saw Tom come on, and I went, oh. Like, I had just gotten on to share it, and I went, Tom's on. What's going on here? Where's my head? Because I was out of karaoke. I was like, where's my headphone?
Yeah, we made the rounds.
Greg is on to say,
What's up, Greg?
And I get the, oh, hello. Bastards.
This is the Chrome comeback tour.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, Chrome, think Tessa will be in it? LOL, I know you had her in the Final Four last year.
Well, yeah, listen.
Well, you think about it, I forgot about WoW.
I'd love Tessa to be in it. I think that there's stuff out there that's pretty obvious of why I think she's become toxic to a lot of people that don't want to touch her. So there must be something to it. I'm not going to go out there and say she'll be in it, but it's a name I would look out for. I love Tessa. I think that Tessa, and everybody deserves opportunities. I mean, Christ, Stone Cold beat that shit out of his wife when he was drunk. You know, Jimmy Snuka killed people, and these are all Hall of Famers, by the way. You give people opportunities. She's one of the best in the world. I'm just saying. I go to dark to get the point across.
Damn. Goddamn shadows.
Welcome to bringing me back to the show.
Thanks.
He opened that closet and let that bitch just fall out.
Yeah.
I'm really coming in guns a-blazing this week, guys, on my comeback tour.
You know, speaking of Tessa and WoW, what about AJ?
No.
Nope. Are you new here? Is this your first night on the air?
I was throwing it out there because she's not in AEW. She's just part of WoW.
No.
No shot. None. Absolutely not. Any other names for the men's Royal Rumble, though?
What's that?
You know, Butters, I said any other names for the Royal Rumble? I mean, Butters had mentioned, like, Walter, Ciampa, Pete Dunne. Do we see any of these NXT guys?
You mean
Breaker?
You mean Gunther?
No, yes, Braun Breaker.
Gunther. No, I said Walter because.
Okay.
No, I don't know that they're going to go. I don't know that we're going to get NXT in this. I think that we are either. I think they're separating the NXT brand at this point. Maybe you'll get one. I don't know that they're going to put Breaker in there right away. Maybe you get like a Carmelo Hayes or somebody along those lines. Or you could go Grayson Waller. He's already been featured on your show.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know,
try to eliminate AJ Styles again.
So, you know, you go somewhere down that route. But
what about like
Walter, Pete Dunne, and Ciampa? To me, I think they're all guarantees to be in this.
What about like say legends wise, like maybe RVD or somebody?
I hope not. I don't need any of that.
None. I hate that idea.
I'd much prefer that they keep and maintain with the Forbidden Door aspect of things.
At least for this year.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see that be a thing going forward. You know, I think.
Yeah.
I just think it's the way that the industry is working now. Everybody works with everybody. NJPW, WWE is the only one who's on an island by themselves. And I find they haven't done this before. They've done it over the years. Often. Mm-hmm. People just forget. Now, they never worked with WCW until they went. But other companies, they did help to work and thrive. So it just makes sense to me. Like,
they did Evolve. They did, the couple times they worked with ICW over in England, right? They sent Triple H over there. Finn Balor went over there. They did Evolve
dirty, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
They took over Evolve and brought in Gabe to work as he's one of Triple H's guys. And as soon as Triple H is gone, man, they bought their company for all their library and dumped Gabe. There's such a hard company to like right now. I'm not even.
I wondered when we were gonna get here.
I'm excited for the Rumble. If I didn't watch WWE, if I ever got to that point where I finally said, guys, I'm done with it, I feel like I would still be excited for things like WrestleMania and the Rumble. Even when I went through that phase of 22, 23, going out, partying and binge drinking every night and doing whatever and not knowing who you're waking up with the next day, I still always made time to watch the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam.
You know what? I'm sitting there going like, wow, that was my last week. And then he goes, not knowing who you're waking up to. Never mind, not my last week.
Poor Andy.
Fuck you.
I'm happy to be back, boys.
He says as he just takes the red Solo cup. All right. So, Crow, before we did the Women's Royal Rumble. Who do you have winning the Women's Royal Rumble?
I don't know. I feel like they're setting up a Charlotte Lita program. I don't know that they'll go the lengths of Lita winning the Rumble.
Right. I think Lita eliminates her in the Rumble.
It could be. I feel like we could be heading in that direction. I asked you. I really have to think about it. I don't know.
Okay. Who do you have?
And I don't think that's a good thing, by the way. I don't think they put anybody in a position. You know, maybe Sasha comes back and wins the Rumble. I don't know if she's going to be healthy enough by Rumble time.
I don't think she is.
I don't think so either. I mean, I went with Bayley.
Bayley's one I could see if she's healthy enough that I could see her coming back and winning the Rumble.
Butters went with Bayley. I went with Liv Morgan.
See, Liv's one I thought of, but like to me, you just did the Liv thing, and I don't think they did her any favors.
No,
I don't think so either. But a guy can dream.
You know, I don't think they go down the Bianca road again this quickly. Maybe Alexa.
But see, I don't think Alexa, unless something big happens on Monday night, this Alexa therapist thing is going to spark some kind of evolution in Alexa. And I don't think that we're there yet.
Now, I know this is a long shot and get your thoughts on this one, but because of the way the storyline is going, what about Naomi? Proving to Sonya that she has what it takes. I'm just saying.
That is the worst storyline ever.
It's been going on for I don't know how long, and I'm getting tired of it myself.
Dumb as shit.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be very controversial here.
What else is new?
Could they set her up to look like more of like a racist woman ever than what they're doing with Naomi right now?
Oh God in heaven!
I mean, now that you say it, I kind of have to agree with you on that one.
It's not what they're intending to do, but that by continuing to do this and not give an explanation, that's like what it feels like they're setting her up to look like, and it's terrible. I mean, this has been a terrible, terrible thing. It started out okay. Okay, maybe there's. Honestly, I can't even know. It didn't start out okay. It never was okay. It just made no sense. But the fact that we're 5 months into this and we still have no. When did the draft happen, Andy?
Was it October?
It's around October.
October. All right. So either probably around end of September and beginning of October-ish.
Yeah.
Give or take. Let's say 3.5 months, 4 months, because it started around then, and this is still going on. And have you guys learned anything of why she doesn't like her?
No.
My case in point.
No.
But we're doing the same thing every week. Why is Adam Pearce just now realizing that she's abusing her power? Because Eric Bischoff told him?
Hold on. Look. First of all, I'll take any excuse to see Eric Bischoff on TV. I love Eric Bischoff.
And I love Eric.
But
I wish they would bring him back.
Adam Pearce is by far the most oblivious WWE official we've ever had. And we sat through Jonathan Coachman, damn it. And Mike Adamle.
Mike who?
Exactly.
Adam Pearce had Sonya thrown on him. He wasn't happy about it. And then 2 weeks later, with no explanation, he's like, oh, this is a great dynamic we have. And then he lets her abuse her power in one situation. And everything else is like, okay, we're, all is good and all is fair. And this is great. And you're wonderful.
And it's happening right in front of him.
And suddenly today, or last night now, he's like, I was talking to Eric, and we feel like that was an abuse of power out there. Okay?
I'm surprised they haven't brought the bloodline in on this little bit.
But there's
as a way to kind of straighten it out.
But there's legitimately been moments of Naomi and Sonya in the office, and Adam's just over here watching it play out. It's like, you're right there. Oh, there you go. Adam Pearce in the Royal Rumble?
Oh,
No
God,
shot.
please
No
please
shot.
I bet you he's in it.
I could see Sonya abusing her power and putting herself in the Rumble just to eliminate Naomi before Adam Pearce gets in the Rumble.
Some stuff of his training gear and working out. I think he's getting back into the Rumble.
No, I see. I like I said, I see Sonya trying to eliminate Naomi from the Rumble before I see Adam Pearce get in that ring.
I think he tries to do it anyway.
I mean, I'm just looking at the women's list right now, right?
Yeah.
That sums it up, boys and girls.
Yep.
Nikki ASH? No. Rhea Ripley right now? I don't know
No.
where her stock is at. I don't think they go down the Bianca road again.
I hope
yet,
not.
anyway.
Aaliyah?
Oh, God. I'll tell you one I think that could be a good possibility that has kind of been lost in the shuffle for a while. And I think maybe this little semi-break from TV, she's kind of been in and out a little bit, maybe can refresh her, have her come out and win this. Shayna Baszler would be an ideal person right now.
You know what's crazy? As soon as you said that, I looked on my list, and the first name I saw was Shayna Baszler.
It's the only name that jumps out to me that I could say, you know what, if she won this, I could see them doing something special.
So is that your pick, Shayna Baszler?
As things look right now, I would have to say, I guess, yes. Because the only other person I look that makes sense going into a WrestleMania program where I don't sit back and say, well, we've already seen her for the last however many months and they did her no favors, would be her or Lita. And I don't think they're going to have Lita come in and win the Royal Rumble.
No, I don't think so either.
Dark Horse, if she's healthy, Asuka.
No, I see where he's going with this one.
I get it too, but it's fucking Asuka.
He wishes, but still.
I want her to come back. And I want her to come back as a heel. And I'd love to see her do a heel program, but you would need, what champion? Or she can come back and you can get that, Becky Lynch. You could do the program with Becky Lynch where, hey, I gave you my title. You didn't earn it from me. And you can do that whole feud there, too. That would make sense to me.
Yeah.
That or redeem her WrestleMania, her first WrestleMania loss against Charlotte.
No, I don't need Asuka and WrestleMania or Asuka and Charlotte WrestleMania. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to the direction I'm looking forward to Lita and Charlotte.
I think it could be good. It's just not enough to warrant Lita winning the Royal Rumble.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it if Lita won the Royal Rumble.
No. It'd be better than one of the Bella twins.
The Bella twins aren't going to smell the Final Four. Stop.
Nikki might.
Stop. So, all right. So, who do you guys have winning the men's Royal Rumble?
Do you think for the men's that like AJ Styles it would be okay if AJ Styles won a Rumble?
I'd be fine with it.
I think so, but I don't think that's the direction they're going to go.
No. So I'm asking for a reason.
Okay.
What would be your reservations of Lita winning the Royal Rumble? What's up, Dad?
just so not smart. What would be your reservations with Lita winning the Rumble? Hey, what's up, Dad? I love you, bro. Because I think ultimately that I pray to God Becky Lynch beats Doudrop. I want to see Lita eliminate Charlotte, and I want to see whoever wins the Rumble go after Becky.
But if Lita won, why wouldn't you want that?
Because Lita doesn't need it to justify saying I'm going after you at WrestleMania.
Who's ever? But Why does somebody have to justify winning the Royal Rumble?
Because I think it can elevate somebody.
It's the women's Rumble, though. I mean, it wasn't around when Lita and Trish were around, so it gives them as legends something big to
Don't
win.
get me wrong. I get it, right? I get all the reasons why.
Did John Cena have to win the Royal Rumble when he won it?
No.
Did Austin need to win it the third time?
I don't.
Did he need that extra elevation for the third time?
I don't remember the third time. I just started watching wrestling like 2 years prior. Shut up. Don't ask me that question.
But like I'm saying, like.
But and let me be very, very clear.
When Hogan won the Rumble, did he need to win it?
Let me be very, very clear. I'm not saying that I would absolutely hate it if Lita won the Rumble, right? I'd be like, eh.
Did Edge need to win the Royal Rumble last year again?
I kind of think he did, though.
Why?
I think, and not for me, right? Not me personally, but I think it stopped a lot of people from saying that he can't go, right? He can't do anything, right? I think it was validation.
That doesn't prove that he can't go or couldn't do anything.
But I think it was validation that he can still hang and still keep going and everything like that. Not for me. I didn't give a shit. I was happy that he was back, right? And I thought he still had a lot left in the tank.
But that was 2 years ago he came back.
No, I get.
And last year he won the Royal Rumble.
I understand that.
When he feuded with Randy Orton in the greatest professional wrestling match of all time. Did that not prove to you that he's ready to come back?
No, it didn't. Because I fell asleep halfway through the match, I think. It was a 45-minute match. What do you want from me? In an empty performance center.
So my question is, why shouldn't Lita win the Royal Rumble? If Adam Copeland can win the Royal Rumble, why can't Lita?
I'm not saying she shouldn't. I'm just saying, but let's go back to what all started. What this all started on.
Why AJ Styles doesn't need it? Why is it okay if AJ Styles wins the Royal Rumble?
But I'm just saying, if Lita wins the Royal Rumble, right? It doesn't give me the same like, all right, cool. You know, like I'm excited to see this match at WrestleMania. I'm excited to see the match whether she wins the fucking Rumble or not.
Right, but isn't it cool if Lita comes back and has this moment where she wins it?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like it's forced because of her age?
I haven't been impressed. Let's break it down to it. What it is. The last few matches I've seen Lita in WWE, I wasn't impressed.
Ring rust.
Like, yeah, but it was major ring rust, right?
But if she's coming back,
sloppy.
If she's coming back and she's doing a program for 3-4 months, you wouldn't think she would put the work in before she comes in. We're not talking about like a one-off for, the women's pay-per-view and all that evolution. I'm talking about like you're gonna do a run for 3 months, 4 months going into WrestleMania. You don't think she puts the work in and works out those kinks?
I think she is putting the work in.
Do you think it's her age?
Why are we hanging on this?
Because I'm making a point. Do you think it's her age?
What? Then make the point and let's move on. Right? Because now I'm getting frustrated. Make the point and let's move on.
I just want to know, is it because of her age?
No.
Because she's 46 and AJ Styles is 44. So if it's because she's older and hasn't been around for a while, I think that's nonsensical.
No, age has nothing to do with it. Right? If we really break down, age has nothing to do with it. It's a matter of ability in the ring.
So Liv Morgan, who we've seen a botch fest a million, and I love Liv Morgan, by the way.
I think
you think she's ready for WrestleMania?
Yes, I do.
What you seen with Becky Lynch, you think she's ready for WrestleMania?
The last match they had at day one, I don't think that was Liv's fault.
Okay.
Where Liv landed, I don't think that was Liv's fault.
Okay.
I think that was Becky's.
I think it was Becky's.
I think it was both of them.
I think it was Becky's. But it works for my fucking point. So shut the fuck up. And let's move the fuck on.
What about Carmella? She WrestleMania ready?
No.
I'm just saying.
But I'm not sitting here saying that Carmella should win the Women's Royal Rumble. The fact that Carmella and Zelina are the goddamn women tag team champions doesn't sit well with me. That hurt me physically to say that.
Why? It gives Zelina something to do. And dear God, did we just say that at the same time? I swear to God.
You two are on the same wavelength. I don't like this. Do I need to leave and let you guys have your moment together? Right? Like, fuck.
To me, the women's tag team title has become completely and utterly irrelevant.
But that's the other thing that frustrates me so much is when the women's tag team titles were announced, right? There was a lot of excitement, a lot of hype, and for a little bit they did it pretty well. And then and nothing against the Iconics, right? But when they put the titles on the Iconics and how they took that run, that's what killed the titles.
Oh, I agree. It was the right move. Personally, for me, I felt like it was the right move to give it to the Iconics. Or what are they now? The Inspiration?
Inspiration.
However, to your point, Andy, they then never defended the titles after that. Not their fault. That's bad booking. And they've never, ever recovered. They did to that what they do to the men's tag team titles.
I was going to say, WWE doesn't really elect their men's or their tag team division in general.
Unless you're an Uso, unless you're the New Day, then the tag team title is just, it's a prop it's a bridge to lead to some other kind of a singles program. Whether it's like, going to put these two random guys together and build up this little chemistry, but then eventually we're going to break them apart. Look at Omos and AJ, right? We all know it's coming with RK Bro at some point, right? It's exactly rinse and repeat. They did it with Moxley or Ambrose and Seth. Rinse, repeat. Same thing over and over. And it's frustrating. But I do like that at least they feature, thinking what about Carmella, I do like that they feature Zelina because I think that she is very talented and deserves a higher spot on the card.
But so who's your pick for the Rumble, Ritz?
For the men's Rumble, I'm going to stick with Brock Lesnar.
I'm going to go with Roman Reigns.
I got to look at the men so far. I got them right here.
So Brock's not announced for the men's Rumble, right?
Neither is Roman.
But see, Roman's not in the conversation of going into the Rumble, right? And this goes back to a point that you absolutely hate. I don't get why you hate it, but you hate it. Brock beats Seth, goes into the Rumble, wins the Rumble, challenges Roman for the title at Mania, winner take all.
Brock beats Seth. Brock's facing
Bobby.
Lashley.
Who the fuck ever?
I don't know. It depends on what you believe. So I don't know if you guys have read a lot of the rumor stuff that's out there, but I've read this from multiple sources, which means including, I think, Fightful might have been one of them. And that's one that I think is very legit. When you talk about SRS, I believe in that a lot of what he reports ends up being pretty accurate. It sounds like they have penciled in no women's matches closing either night of WrestleMania. And it sounds like they have Seth Rollins penciled in to close night one and Brock and Roman to close night two. So it makes me believe that they may. I think Roman was going to drop the belt to Brock. COVID happened. They decided to go a different direction. And I think as much as I would love, I don't know how you guys feel about it, and I'd love to talk to you guys about it at some point, a unification. I want to get rid of the brand split, but if worst case scenario, if we don't get rid of the brand split, we need to start consolidating some of these titles and let the champions go between shows. Wow. I got to say it. It wasn't too bad.
Because you're agreeing with him. I'm not a big fan of this point right now. I don't agree with it.
For 45 minutes last week, we talked about the possibility of a unification.
Yeah.
For 45 minutes, I argued to why he's a dumbass.
Yeah, I would love to visit that road, go back down that road with you guys. I really would, because
whenever you want to go down the rabbit hole, grab a rope.
That's a whole. That's definitely a whole, that's got to be like a planned segment, because that's going to go for a while. Believe me.
Like I said, it was our poll question last week, and it lasted for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I had other things planned.
At worst case scenario, if we can consolidate the title, the main titles, I would be okay with that. I think that having the ability to cross Roman and or Brock Lesnar on both programs is huge for them. Or whoever your champion is, whether it's Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, whoever you go down that road. But I think it's a nice idea. I don't see them being ready to do that yet. So I think they tease that to leave that door open with Brock and Roman. However, I really believe that Seth, I know we didn't get to that match. I believe that Seth's going to take the title. And I think that you're probably right. I think if you see Brock and Roman early on the card, or I'm sorry, Seth and Roman early on the card, Roman's going to find his way in that Royal Rumble match, and he's going to win and challenge Brock.
That's a possibility. I don't like Butters to be right. So
if I'm going outside of that, though, if I'm saying outside of Roman, right, just for the interest of bringing up a different name, I'm going to go back to the same person I said earlier, and that's I'm going to throw two out there that makes sense. Okay. One, AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
For obvious reasons, we need to get him back. Another one, I'm going to go with a guy who they have this little playful little relationship now. It's someone who just got re-signed to big money. You know he's going to be put in a big money spot pretty soon. Kevin Owens to challenge Seth at WrestleMania.
I'm okay with that. I would love to see Kevin win.
It'd be interesting.
The Royal Rumble. I think that would be great.
Agreed. And let's not forget, they had a hell of a match at WrestleMania 36 that had no crowd. I would love to see what those two could do in front of a packed stadium.
What would Kevin jump off of this time?
Right?
Maybe wasn't it against in Dallas, who knows?
Wasn't it against Seth when he jumped off that damn thing?
Yeah, because he said, I'm going to jump off of that.
Yeah. So I think that could be a dark horse that not a lot of people were talking about, but they're planting some seeds.
Absolutely. And I think ultimately we're going to get Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins at some point, and it stands to say, it could be at WrestleMania. I like the idea of Kevin winning. If it's not Brock, if it's not Roman, AJ, Kevin, those are two names where you can really say, yeah, I can book something going out there with whoever champion is.
The dream scenario, though, and I know we said it's never going to happen.
Here we go.
But, you have all the conspiracy theory or all the theorists out there. The idea of Moxley coming in and winning and getting your Shield main event.
God.
How great would that be? It's a fantasy booking.
I told him if Jon Moxley shows up at the Royal Rumble, he can take that title home with him.
I want to see it happen. I want to see
I'll be so pissed.
I want to see this exchange.
So mad.
I want to see this exchange of the title.
We're going to be live. We're doing a live reaction show for it next week. And he's going to be here. We're going to be sitting back there doing the reaction.
Well, please, when he has to give you that title, because it's going to happen now. Now that he did that.
That's my fucking luck. That's so my luck.
Vince is going to get a hold of this video and he's going to be like, that'd be such great shit, pal. Let's bring in Shane Ambrose.
If I hear Wild Thing start singing, I'm going to be so mad. But I would very happily give you the title. Because that's the only fucking way that would happen.
I'm in.
God damn.
What the hell is going on? Who's dying over there?
That'd be my brother-in-law. That's in his bedroom. I'm in the living room.
I don't want to know what's happening in his bedroom. Fuck that.
He's obliterating something on the computer.
Okie dokie. Not touching that joke.
I do feel like that's the one. I think that's the one too, right? If AEW is going to do a cross thing with WWE,
it'd be Moxley.
You could protect Moxley in a triple threat. I think everybody gets the big payday. And honestly, I think that's the one thing they missed the boat on, is having the Shield triple threat at WrestleMania. And honestly, I could see if they're willing to play ball and give WWE that kind of business for them to feature on their program, I think Vince would do something pretty special for them in terms of repaying them down the road.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if it's Roman, but I could see him sending AJ or somebody like that to AEW to work a program for them in exchange. That's the kind of stuff I want to see, guys. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
We're never
I
able
agree.
to see that shit before, but now it's just seems like we're this close. We're this close, and they talk as much shit as they talk as Tony talks on WWE and stuff. Everything
It's
you
all
see
up
is
front. It's all up front.
Dude, you know, secretly they're
They
having some
talk.
sort of private dinner with each other, laughing their asses off about what they're going to do the next week.
They might, but they talk like they have business deals. You know about the whole thing now about bringing people in to do documentaries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they're dipping their toes in the water to possibly figure something out. I'd love
Could
to
you
see
imagine?
it.
Could you imagine what the wrestling industry looked like if there was no exclusivity?
Yeah, well, that's called the territory days, Andy.
Yeah, see, I
That's
didn't
literally
grow
what
up.
it
I didn't
was.
grow up during that. Though.
But I'm saying, like, can I imagine? Yeah, because it happened. It was the territory days. But this is on a mass scale of it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's so much bigger.
This would be a global scale at this point because you have NJPW and all these different companies out there, AAA, and all over the world. Yeah, I mean, it would be phenomenal. That you could blur the lines. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go down the rest of the card. Let's start with Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maryse.
I'd have to say the Grit couple.
I'm going to go with the Grit couple, but I have to say, as excited as I was to have Edge and Miz, this has been terrible. Aside from their very first promo exchange with each other, from the last pay-per-view event against each other, and I was excited for Beth to come back and get involved. This has been atrocious.
Beth makes the dynamic, though, really weird.
Well,
in my opinion.
I think that they all have made the dynamic really weird. Watching Beth and Edge talk about like doing stuff naked was kind of weird.
Because you wouldn't think it from the Glamazon and Edge of all people. But
that's my point, though. You take, and it's nothing against Beth, though, but the addition of Beth made everything weird. If they just would have had Beth come out like, I guess last week, and you don't have the long build for it, right? You kind of tease it, everything like that. Have Beth come out last week. You do your go home tomorrow, and that's it. I think you have a different feeling for this match.
I just think it got weird to start because they did this whole like, oh, Maryse is mad at Miz for doing this and doing that, but it was all a big facade and everything. Like, it just got real weird. They didn't need any of that, and it was just a weird way. If you just want to do the simple, like, they have their match, they just do their promo exchanges from before, there's heat there. I felt like you didn't do enough for me when I was coming up and I was having to dress in the bathroom. I feel like I did, and you didn't recognize those things. I was trying to help make you strengthen you up and toughen your skin a little bit. Boom. Okay, let's feud. Done. Then you have, you want to do the whole thing. Maryse interferes in the match, pisses off Beth. She comes out. Like, it's just the dynamic when Maryse, I was excited for Maryse to come back, but that was even weird.
Yeah.
It just got real weird right away, and I don't know. I mean, they had the built-in thing. Maryse was right in that her and Beth were the same era.
So, are they coming out to separate music? Do we get the Brood music again?
I feel like they're gonna burn that out real quick. It was cool when they first started doing it, but I hope they don't do it again because they would really be burning that out.
Yeah, I liked the little where they did it at day one because it was like he was being forced to go to an older Edge, something different, right? Okay, fine. But then the transition into his music was really horrendous. He should have just walked out to the Brood music and been done with it, right? And I think if you try to do that at WrestleMania, you're going to lose people. Not WrestleMania, at the Royal Rumble, I'm sorry. You're going to lose people. You should just have them come out to their individual musics and be done with it.
See, I didn't think I had a problem with that, Andy. I had a problem with them doing it at day one period. I didn't care about the transition. I had a problem doing it at day one because they just did it with Seth Rollins when he feuded with Seth Rollins. That's what I'm saying. They literally just did it. And it was special. It felt cool. It was like a special moment. I didn't have a problem with the way they transitioned it. But
he's talking about using it one too many times.
No. I get. Now I get what he's talking about, right? And I forgot that they did it with Seth.
Right. That's what I said. I feel like they're burning it out real quick. So now we're gonna get it a third time. What makes it any different? What deep dark place is he going to then? Now at this point, like we know the deep dark place. We've seen it. We're good. I guess the music changes things.
No comment on the deep dark place.
You can drop tar on people, apparently.
So dumb that it was tar. It was so
I don't even know
dumb.
what it is. It's like
what they dropped on them?
Like black slime.
It's like ink.
Pretty much. It's meant to look like real blood since blood turns black when it coagulates. But
Is it? I thought they were doing it just because they're a PG product now and they don't want to simulate.
See, that's what I thought. I didn't even go that far as it coagulated. Shut up.
But it's meant to be blood, but it's just because blood turns black.
No, I definitely think they just changed the color so they don't have a visual of dumping blood on people on a PG program that they don't even let guys bleed anymore.
True.
Yeah. Becky versus Doudrop.
Becky.
Yeah, as much as I wouldn't mind seeing Doudrop win it, Becky. Be something different. Leave me alone, Andy.
I like Doudrop, but I don't think we're there yet.
I don't. I think she's talented in the ring. I think everything else sucks.
I don't mind it. I just think it needs to develop more. Like you had her be this like happy go person. She's coming in this like real poppy music and then all of a sudden she's like,
God, I hope they're watching when he gets that.
I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm sorry. I'm gonna kick your legs. You know what I mean?
Just 20 minutes, 40 seconds. Hi, how you doing? Nothing.
Oh, am I skipping?
Oh yeah, I'm getting that gift. I swear to God.
Talking to a guy who goes on the air and does this and then onesie pajamas. I'm all good. Bring it on.
I forgot about that. Wait, is that used to be back here? Is this back here still? Yep, there it is.
Yeah, boy. Man, I look young there.
Yeah, it was like a year ago.
A year and a half ago. I mean, it feels like forever.
Todd Womack says,
Go do the
Doudrop. LOL, Becky wins.
What's up, Todd?
John C. Danza, Doudrop needs to drop that name. It's almost as bad as Gunther. This name change stuff is bullshit. He's not wrong. By the way, I want to touch. All I'm gonna say on Todd's comment. You need to go look at Miz's post about wishing Maryse a happy birthday on Instagram. The first picture, and I'm gonna shut up now.
I love Maryse.
I do too.
Maryse is one of the hottest women that's ever walked the face of the earth.
Yes.
And I don't want this to sound weird, but I don't care. She was even hotter when she was pregnant. I've never seen anybody look constantly hot like Maryse.
Yep, you're right. It sounded weird. All right. Do you want to do
that pregnancy glow?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are we going to do Becky's Roman's? I can't even fucking focus. Are we going to do Roman, Seth, or Brock, Bobby?
Oh, God. Do whichever one you want to say, sir. Just pick one.
Roman, Seth.
Seth.
Yeah, I'm going Seth here.
See, I'm going to go Roman.
See, they teed it up.
I would like to see Seth win, but I still think they're going to go Roman.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind it only, Andy, if they're going to do the title for title at WrestleMania. Then I'm in.
Right, and that's where my head's going.
I don't think that they're going to do that, but this is your chance now, right? The Usos are supposed to be out of the match. You can make it so that's actually enforced now because it's a scripted show. They don't have to actually show up.
Mm-hmm.
This is an excuse to take the title off of Roman right now and put him transition him into a program with Brock. But I guess we'll see, because I don't think it does any favors if you got to think about this too, guys. What Adam Pearce said is absolutely right, or what Roman said was absolutely right to Adam Pearce. Who is left for Roman to be? There's nobody left.
I agree.
Like, Seth is the last one that is believably out there right now, aside from Brock. And I don't see them, if they do title for title, to me, they're putting it on Roman. So I just don't see it. I think we get that Brock break after WrestleMania. I think Roman wins. Brock wins the Rumble. Brock wins and wins the Rumble. They do the unification. Because that was my biggest argument. And I don't hate it if that happens.
That was my biggest argument when the conversation of unification came up. Right? You can't do a unification at any other time than either WrestleMania or SummerSlam. There's no way this rides out to SummerSlam or even Survivor Series, right? Because it's more logical for Survivor Series because title versus title. But if we're having the conversation in January, right, of a unification match, and we're setting it up for WrestleMania, just for argument's sake, right? What do you do with the winner of the Royal Rumble? Real simple. The winner of the Royal Rumble is one of the fucking champions. That's how you get around that issue, right? To where the Rumble doesn't seem like it doesn't mean anything. Right? And I want the unification. I think it'll be better for the company overall, for the talent, for the weekly programs, right? Take Hangman Adam Page. He was AEW champion for 6 weeks before he wrestled again. 5 weeks before he was on TV. Right? You can put the title on somebody and he can walk the fuck away and you can build other talent and really develop your shows, your weekly shows. And then the champion comes back, goes on whatever fucking show to fight whatever fucking schmuck at whatever fucking pay-per-view. Insert names here. Unification without question.
I'm all for it. It's not going to happen, but I'm all for it. And if it happens, I'll be a happy man.
I would love to see you happy. When it comes to WWE. It would make me so happy.
WWE has done a lot of things for myself personally in terms of how I feel about it. For me personally, to be very, very turned off. I find it very, very. And you guys
don't
know
say.
me. It took a long time for me to get here, but I'm at the point now. A unification is one of those things where I might rethink that, but it's very, very, very difficult to enjoy the product. I find myself more so watching the talent I like and fast forward through the nonsense.
We're all in the same group chat. We know how you feel.
Yeah.
There are some days where I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing the conversation with you, and then I'm turning around, and in my other group chat, it's the same conversation, but different points. I'm like, I don't have the mental capacity to do this. One day, I was just copy and pasting responses.
Oh, I do that sometimes.
Brock Bobby. I'm obviously going with Brock here.
Agreed.
And we will reference all of these next week when we do our live reaction show for the WWE Royal Rumble.
I'd be real shocked too, by the way, if they did a double duty for Brock. Part of the reason why I don't see him, Brock's kind of usually one of those guys. He's like, "Hey, put me on the beginning of the card so I can go home."
Yeah, but Brock could do the match, sit around, or even do the match right before the Royal Rumble, right?
Sure.
Sit around for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Go out there at number 30, toss motherfuckers over like he did 2 years ago in Houston, and clear the ring over in 5 minutes, and everybody goes home slightly pissed off but happy.
I just don't think Brock's one of those, hey, I'll pull double duty tonight type of guys.
Not without another extra $2 million in his pocket.
Can I ask, is it just me, or isn't it exciting to watch every week and see what Brock's going to come out wearing? Right? Brock's become like a fashion icon.
It's like, what color overalls is he wearing today?
What kind of plaid? Yeah, I mean, tell me he's not a fashion icon right now.
Makes you want to go out and get overalls, doesn't it? Yuck.
I could so see you owning a pair of overalls. I could see you both owning a pair of overalls.
Oh, you'll never.
I actually don't anymore. I did like wearing overalls for the longest time.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Hey, overalls are good, man.
I don't think I've worn an overall since I was about 2 or 3 years old, trying to put on my buddy overalls.
Wait. I need context. There
was a doll called My Buddy.
Chucky.
There was My Buddy, and then for the girls, there was Kid Sister. And My Buddy, it was kind of like Chucky, but not a redhead. That's kind of, I think, where the inspiration of Chucky may have came from, the My Buddy doll. But he wore overalls. So, like, I call them one of My Buddy overalls because, like, at my age, when you were, like, 2, 3 years old and you went to preschool, everybody dressed up like My Buddy. We all had, like, red shirts on under and these, like, little corduroy overalls. Probably the last time I wore a pair of overalls was KinderCare, about 3 or 4 years.
I swear to God, if there's ever a picture of this.
Oh, there's definitely. I could find a picture.
The money I would pay.
Oh, you don't have to. I'll send it to you for free.
Perfect. I'm in. All right. I really don't have a lot to talk about from WWE weekly program.
Quick,
right?
Can I just add in real quick?
Sure.
I'm sorry, just because I missed the beginning of your show. I think you guys, for the women, I'm sure you threw out. And I know we mentioned Bailey and, some people that may show up.
Mm-hmm.
A couple names I think you could look at. I know you guys mentioned Deonna Purrazzo might be a name you could look out for.
Uh-huh.
I've also read that Roxy, who just dropped the ROH title to Deonna, has tried out for WWE recently. Could see her being a name that could appear if she doesn't go to NXT.
Yeah.
So that's another name I think is somebody that you guys.
I didn't even think about her.
Yeah.
And didn't one of the Renegades just have a WWE tryout?
Yeah, last year, I think it was around November, December. They had a tryout. Both of them did.
So, Chrome, I don't know if you've been following us. Mission Pro Wrestling is Thunder Rosa's promotion. And they're very Texas-based. And the Renegades are their new tag team champions. And we watched them win the titles a few months ago at that show we did.
Yeah.
When we were there. And they just had a tryout with WWE recently.
Nice. Good for them.
Yeah.
And they were just on Dark, I think it was, like either last week or the week before.
A lot of Mission Pro talent because of Thunder Rosa. On Dark. We interviewed Kylan King that night, and she'd been on Dark a few times.
Granted, don't get me wrong, they got whooped by Ty Conti and Anna Jay, but
it's Ty Conti and Anna Jay. You ain't really no. I really don't have a lot to talk about from WWE weekly programming. Like as I'm reviewing everything, nothing really stands out and says, "Oh my God, we need to talk about it," that we haven't touched on yet already. But I want to go to Jon Moxley. We've thrown the name around a lot tonight.
For WWE, real quick, WWE programming, and I kid you not, I watch it, and then 2 hours later, when I try to remember what I watched, I don't even remember most of what I watched. That's how unimpactful, uneventful it has been. So spot on to you. Yes, there's not. I can't even know if I could talk to you about it. And I actually watched the full programs this week.
Well, and sometimes there's stuff we can take away, and like, but when we're getting into a preview for a Rumble or a pay-per-view in general, we typically touch on some of those points that have just happened anyway. So, but Jon Moxley, after over 2 months of being away in rehab, Jon Moxley makes his long-awaited return to AEW TV on Dynamite this Wednesday night, and arguably cuts probably a contender for promo of the year.
I can agree on that one.
Starts off with saying, "Fuck you, get that piece of shit out of here." and just starts going in. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it. And I didn't watch it live. I watched it later, right? Because I was busy. But it almost felt like a motivational speech for not just the fans, but I think for him as well.
And he looks so much better.
And capping it off with 2022 is the year of Jon Moxley. He's gonna run ruckshaw over the professional wrestling world, without question.
He looked, and even before he went to rehab, I had said to a couple buddies, something looked off with him. He looked, I mean, you see his face, his weight was real weird. It's not that he looked like he was like incredibly overweight or out of shape, but he just looked bloated.
Yep.
All that alcohol.
He looked real weird. And to see him come back and look like himself and talk about his demons and face it head on and talk about basically rechanneling all of that for a better purpose, but coming back and kicking ass in the process. Man, I thought it was great. Great to see him back. One of the best promos. I think with him, and you know this, Andy, from many years of talking with me about him, my contention with him has always been that I haven't felt like he's always been motivated. Yep. I haven't always felt like he's been passionate enough to maintain the top spot. And it's not that he wasn't deserving of it, but even Austin called him out. He gets complacent. But that looked like a different guy in the ring. That looked like a guy who has a purpose now. And I'm very excited for him.
That promo, talking about grabbing the wrestling world by its balls.
Yeah.
That's another thing that makes me think Royal Rumble.
No.
Come on, Andy.
See it for a number of reasons.
But that promo
just on this show, this wouldn't have been the top reason, but the main reason is that I want to see Andy have to hand you that title. That being said, I don't think it's going to happen, buddy.
I know. I wish. I feel like between that promo and and the whole thought process of hey, grab the wrestling world by the balls and shock everybody.
Yeah.
And then where am I?
Cody Rhodes?
No, we're going to talk about Cody Rhodes in just a second. Adam Cole, Britt Baker, Orange Cassidy, Chris Statlander. What a phenomenal match to open up Dynamite with. Coming off the heels of a fire. And this is what I like about AEW. They may not always have some of the best stuff going on, but they know how to put a show together they start off hot and they kind of keep that momentum rolling, right? Not everything they hit every single time, right? No one's 100% perfect all the time, as much as you disagree with me on that sometimes.
Well, no, I'm just thinking of how long it's been since I've been on, right? What is the thing it always drove me crazy, right? Their picture-in-a-picture stuff.
Yes.
And I laughed this week. I know we didn't get to Cody yet, but what's the point of doing picture-in-picture to just show Cody walking down the aisle and getting into the ring?
I don't know.
That's when we're using picture-in-a-picture?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Cool. Great. Waste of time. Anyway. Yeah, so that's really going to make me not fast forward through the commercial, by the way. Because I want to watch Cody walk.
It's pointless. It's stupid.
I love a lot of things that I used to dislike about them, but that's one of them that still drives me nuts. The way they do that's weird stuff.
Oh no! Come on, I give it by the end of the year he'll be loving the picture-in-a-picture.
Nope. But I really think it wasn't a super long match, but it was just enough to further this story that they're doing. I like the fact that they very subtly, not subtly, pretty in your face, but wove Chris Statlander and Britt Baker into the storyline without really having to say anything. Right? It was already out there with Orange Cassidy. She got in Adam's space, and rather than Adam doing anything, Britt's like, "Nah, bitch."
My man.
Right? It all worked out really, really well.
That's how you do couple versus couple, damn it.
You're not wrong. Not wrong. Here's what I don't like about AEW.
And one of them's not even a couple. And
well, yeah, but
I'm saying they could do it better. And the one's not even a freaking couple.
Here's what I don't like about AEW.
Okay.
Oh no, I think
I was just going to say, as far as I actually agree with you, and I feel like we talk about the goofy stuff, right? Like Chris Statlander, super talented. I've hated her gimmick. I'm some Martian or alien from some other planet stuff. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I mean, you remember that boop thing, right? How nuts I went over that? I was like, did they just boop? Did she just boop her? Anyway.
That sounds so wrong.
That was the same match. Wait, Andy, that was the same match. You remember I sent you the thing, and I'm like, where the girl pie-faced her?
Yeah.
And JR's like, pie face? Why does it always got to be about pie? What we call cake face? I love cake. I was like, what is this guy talking about?
You were so mad that night.
What is this?
Like, I'm not even watching. I'm just sitting around doing whatever it was, and my phone
lit up
like a Christmas tree, and this guy was pissed.
But I have to say, like, this program, I think, has made her character be more serious.
Yes. And
I've really enjoyed it. And I agree with you guys. I'm glad. I usually hate the couple intertwining thing, unless it makes sense. Like Miz and Maryse makes sense and whatever. But man, Adam Cole and Britt, absolute fire together. It's amazing.
No, absolutely. And hopefully, like, they're going to do this and they're going to move on, right? You know, you talk about Chris Statlander, this making her a little bit more serious. I think this is also, and AEW just as a whole, has really helped Orange Cassidy as well, right?
He's amazing.
He's amazing,
but
amazing. I could never take him seriously with everything else he was doing.
Oh, see, I hated that for like a week, but once I kind of got you know what turned me around on him, Andy? His match, his pay-per-view match against Pac.
Yes. That's what got me too.
When you saw how good of a worker he was, I was like, you know what? I kind of get it. Then I started to come around on the shin kicks. Oh, I kind of like that. And then it's, you know, now people know he's going to do it. They go for the shot. He launches out of nowhere. I got into it. It made sense.
That's the kind of stuff. But what I'm saying is, without AEW, I don't think he gets. I think he's still doing all the goofy shit. And
it would never work in like WWE or even Impact.
No.
Mm-hmm. You need that hardcore fan base.
Here's where AEW frustrates me. You do a great promo with Jon Moxley. You do a great match with those four. You go to commercial break. You come back and you have an interview with the Inner Circle that doesn't last very, very long. Another commercial break. Come back to another interview, right? This time with Adam Cole. And then you go to a commercial break again just to come back to a CM Punk Shawn Spears squash match. Why? Why did I need it all set up this way? You couldn't have spread those interviews out at different points in the night?
No, because they're not giving everything away on a weekly basis like WWE does.
I'm not saying give everything away. No. That's not what I'm saying, right? But the Inner Circle promo, where it was put, just felt weird.
Oh,
right? You could have gone to a commercial after the Adam Cole match, come back, do the Adam Cole interview, and then transition into the CM Punk MJF stuff that you're doing. And then, I don't know what happens after that.
Well, no, it was Cody after that.
No, it was Billy Gunn after that. And then Cody.
Right.
Well, so what you're saying is they could have put that interview somewhere else that fit in.
Yeah, it felt like you were telling a part of the story, you took a break, and then you're telling the other part of the story. Do you know what I mean? Like your story, your Adam Cole story, in my eyes, like Adam Cole's portion of the night wasn't complete until that interview happened. So that should have been like a post-match interview.
He's saying instead of doing match, commercial, random ass interview, commercial, Adam Cole interview, commercial, CM Punk, he's saying basically it should just be Adam Cole, go to commercial, come back, Adam Cole interview, commercial, Punk, and the rest of the night.
I think you could have gotten away with the Chris Jericho Inner Circle stuff almost being like a digital, for lack of a better phrase, a digital exclusive. It just doesn't fit in the.
We couldn't, because the story they've been telling is you're starting to see little cracks in the Inner Circle now. So that's not a digital exclusive. When this is the first time Santana and Ortiz are now starting to verbally recognize that maybe Jericho's holding them back.
I get what you're saying. No, I get it, right? It just, for me, it took me away from the Adam Cole stuff. I was like, okay. And then when Adam Cole comes back, I'm like, wait, why are we back to this? And you know me though, right, Chrome? I look at shows differently, right? I look at a flow differently. That doesn't flow well for me, right? And especially when I'm doing recaps like this, and I'm a few days later, I'm like, all right, let me refresh my memory on what happened Wednesday night and like how it all happened. And I'm reading and I'm like, well, this is fucking stupid.
No, because I look at it like, okay, this whatever Rick gets put through a table, and the reality of it, he's going to make sure his girlfriend is good, and he's going to take time to reflect, and then he's going to come back out and blow off his steam once he knows. So if we're going on the reality of a time frame, it makes sense to me where
That's
that
fair.
was placed. And also then the other thing too is, I don't think you want, knowing that you're going to have that long Cody talking segment coming up, I don't think you want to put any of those things right backed up right after, which is why I think they did the CM Punk squash beforehand to break it up with a match.
Don't call it a match. Don't call it a match. I like Sean Spears. I think he has been underutilized as of late in AEW. The fact that
I could give or take him.
Huh?
I could give or take him.
I've always liked him though. I've liked him in the ring. I've liked his characters that he has.
Ty Dillinger. I hated that gimmick.
Perfect 10. Oh, hold on, let me get all 10 fingers on there.
It was cool for like a little bit. The fans made me hate that gimmick.
We're gonna get to the fans making me hate certain parts of something very soon. But the having him be the one to take that squash, I was like, why? Right? We've already made him irrelevant in the Pinnacle. What are we doing now?
Because squashing Wardlow wouldn't make sense.
No, I trust me, but at least give him like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, right? Don't give him like, what was it, 11 seconds, 12 seconds?
Maybe the one too many interviews made him lose time.
Fuck you.
I'm just saying,
right,
maybe one too many.
I'm already fired up. Let's talk about the Cody part.
The dirty parts do what?
The Cody part.
So why are you calling yourself a Cody part?
Look at it this way. At least he didn't lose in 3.17 seconds.
You know, that was a missed opportunity. They should have done a 3.16. I said it last week. I'll say it again. It was a missed opportunity. God damn it. It was a missed opportunity. I don't care what you say.
I don't disagree with you on that.
All right. I thought I'm going to start this conversation with I love the context of this promo. I love the context of the Cody promo. And when I take a step back and I watch how the promo plays out on TV, I like it. Okay? I thought it worked out for them exactly how they probably wanted it to work out. All of that being said, the Cody Rhodes promo was it was evidence as to how a crowd can take you out of a moment. Because I'd heard, the Cody Rhodes promo was amazing. The Cody Rhodes promo was awesome. You have to go watch the Cody Rhodes promo. And I'm watching it, and the crowd is shitting on him for the first half of this promo. And I'm like, all right, what is so amazing about this? Right? No one's responding to this. No one's reacting to this. Right? Of what he's saying, of how it should be taken. And then they 180'd on him. Right? And they were like, they were all behind him. They were cheering him. And by the end of the godforsaken thing, he was the most loved person in that arena in that moment. Right? So it worked out really well for them. They got lucky, in my opinion, because an audience is tough sometimes.
Sometimes.
And especially with Cody lately, he has gotten heat for beating people that they were happy about seeing.
That's not why he's getting heat.
Go on.
He's getting heat because he's making a push to be a D-list celebrity. People are resenting him because he's trying to cross over to mainstream. The AEW fan base is a very niche, hardcore fan base, right? They don't understand the entertainment aspect of things, right? And I'm not saying that as a knock, but it's like, you're not one of us if you're trying to do other things, right? That's why they hated John Cena and all these different guys, right? Cody's got the reality show now. Cody's doing the Go Big show where people are fucking getting kicked in the balls and lighting themselves on fire and doing the Rubik's Cubes, right? He's sitting next to Rosario Dawson and all that shit. People resent him for that. People resented Rock when he started doing it. He got booed out of the building. And now you saw it with John Cena. And you're seeing it now with Cody. People think that, and especially for him to be in that, not really anymore, it's more of my title for show, but the EVP position that he was in.
Yeah.
It carries on in the storyline, but that's why people resent him. It's because people look at it and they say, this guy's just a pro wrestler, but he's out here trying to be a C or D list celebrity. That's why people resent him.
So then I'll go one step further.
Because what has Cody done to further himself? You know what I'm saying? He literally made it so he can't ever compete for the world heavyweight title. He took himself out of the title picture. And he has put how many people over?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, there's nothing he hasn't done
that
hasn't been to benefit others.
So, and I'll go a step further with that, right? And I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. I've been a Cody Rhodes fan.
Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Stardust was a tough time, but
it was cool for like a couple of months when they were tag champions, but like,
and they had their father going with it.
Even that was a little rough, though.
Yeah.
But I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. And so it doesn't bother me that he's gone out there and tried to branch out. And because ultimately what it's doing is it's getting eyes on AEW as well.
But they don't want that fan base.
So, but I'm not asking you. I'm not asking as an overall fan base. I'm asking you because I know how I feel about it. It doesn't bother me one day. I love shit, right? And Butters, I would have to assume you think the same way. Well, you and I are usually on the same page with this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But where are you at on this, Chrome?
With Cody?
Yeah.
I love Cody. I don't understand why people don't like him. I understand why they don't like him, but I don't understand why they don't like him. Like, to me, you're living in a fantasy world if you take issue with how Cody Rhodes does business. Cody Rhodes is literally the guy who went out there, and a lot of what he said is absolutely true. Because everything he said about CM Punk dropping that pipe bomb, right? Cody was a guy who was a mid-card guy, but he wasn't supposed to be the guy. And he went out. He's the guy that went out there and said, I'm going to show you. And he went to New Japan. He went to Ring of Honor. He worked in Impact. He worked everywhere. He dropped that checklist that he had. If you remember that when he first left, of dream matches he wanted to have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He started crossing them off. And he was selling out all over the world. And he was absolutely what he said. Everything Punk said, he's the guy that went out and did all of it. Because Punk eventually walked away.
Yep.
And left a lot of things unfinished. Cody went out there and finished that for him. And Cody's the reason why AEW exists. Him and the Bucks, they're the ones.
I was about to say the same thing.
No, I agree.
They're the ones that did all in.
We are actually we're running out of time here. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap this up and get out of here?
Let me double check my phone for the week.
I love the Cody promo. Like I said, I think a little bit was kind of hogwash for the simple fact of maybe trying to push too much of the free agency stuff and all that. Because, I mean, me and my buddy said, it would be something. If he left and went back to WWE, he would do one thing. He would set himself up to be a huge draw as the ultimate heel. To go out and do everything with the way he left and do AEW and then turn around and sell out. I mean, I would love it, by the way. Just for the simple fact I'd love to see the wrestling world explode. But aside from that, another phenomenon. I mean, they had some real fire promos. And I don't care what anybody says, Adam Cole is the best professional wrestler in the world right now. Overall. In ring, on the mic, promos.
I mean, I'm
Adam
kind of
Cole.
excited for next week's match. The lights out match.
Yeah, me too. And I can't wait until Johnny Gargano debuts for them. Because that's who I believe that.
You don't see him coming back at the Rumble, maybe just for one night?
No. I think Johnny's going to take time off. The baby's due in February.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not any insight that I have, but my gut feeling says that the Tony Khan drop where he said one of his dream signings and he kind of referenced like North American. I think it's going to end up being Johnny Gargano. And I mean, that's going to be freaking huge for AEW to get him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I just figured maybe just one night only.
Did you
Gargano
guys
back.
notice on Pro Wrestling Tees that they dropped that they're... See, is Roderick Strong's contract up now?
I heard something about it.
I don't know.
PWTs dropped a shirt that says The Strongs, and it's like a cartoon of their family. Me and Shafir, him, and their kid, and their dog.
What if it's not a him shirt? What if it's just a her shirt? I don't know.
But it's his image on there.
Oh, is it his image on there? No, I haven't seen the shirt.
I'll send it to you. I'll DM it to you. But
okay.
It
Hold on,
was
let's
the
see.
day after he lost. It was Wednesday. It dropped on there. And I said, this is interesting. Could you imagine if he left and he went to AEW and he was not part of the new Undisputed Era?
That'd be funny.
That'd be hilarious.
So, as of December 6th, Fightful had said he had re-signed earlier last year.
See, I thought I heard his contract was coming. I could be wrong.
I thought so too, but from what I'm reading here,
Well, if one thing we've learned about WWE, guys,
that's very true.
they don't know when their contracts are up. Look at Adam Cole. Look at all these guys who they're like, oh, shit, your contract's up?
Well, no,
Can you sign
I was
on for
fixing-
3 more
I was
weeks
reading
and finish the
somewhere-
program you're doing?
I was reading somewhere their contracts also come with a clause saying after so many days they can kind of potentially say renegotiate or or say, you know what, you're not doing anything for us. Bye. Or hell, Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, but he
He
asked
wants
for
out.
his release.
I know. I'm just saying he wants out, but they're denying it. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah, they're not giving it. I'm okay with it if they use them.
Yeah, like if you're not gonna release him, use him.
Yeah.
This is the hypocrisy of everything, though, right? AEW is, I mean, unless they like pay them and then like let them go out and do things like AEW's like, well, we're not releasing anybody from their contract. You know, we don't believe in that philosophy. But then, like with WWE, people are like, how could you release these people who aren't getting used? Who, by the way, most of them benefit and get contracts elsewhere that are better than what they were getting paid at WWE. Side note of that. But then when someone's like, I want my release, they're like, how could you not release them? My dude's getting paid.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you want?
Mm-hmm.
And he's you're getting to watch him get paid.
Yeah. He's getting like paid pretty good money. Even if he's sitting on his ass at home with his family, he's getting paid pretty good money.
Yeah.
I'd love that job.
You ain't kidding. I love Ali. I hope they do something with him. I think he's one that they're really missing the boat on right now.
Yeah.
Just don't give me make a difference, Ali.
They could have done better with Retribution, Ali.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Damn it, Butters. All right, fuck this. We're done. We're done for the night. In This Very Ring is brought to you every single week by Body Check Wellness, their line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use promo code A2D for 25% off your order at bodycheckwellness.com. The Doc, Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, 2 locations, Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. He's our doc. Make him yours. Check him out on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Guys, don't forget, if you're over there on YouTube, $9.99 a month, you get to become an HED member. Get you appearances on shows, members-only streams, shout-outs, and weekly sports picks from the Money Pod podcast, which will be going live tomorrow morning with divisional round bets. And that, one more. Get 20% off and free shipping with code HED at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. What a show we had tonight, guys. Chrome, we appreciate the hell out of you jumping on here, talking Royal Rumble with us.
Oh, yeah.
Is Chrome frozen? Nope, there he is.
Did you talk to me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said, Chrome, I appreciate you jumping on with us tonight.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you having me and letting me be a last-minute addition of the show.
Always. We love it when you come on. We have a blast when you're here. Guys, don't forget, next week, we will be live reacting to the Royal Rumble. I don't know what time we're starting yet, but it'll be me and Butters. We'll be back over there. Got a lot of cool stuff planned out for next week's show, so make sure you guys are checking us out. And check out this putz whenever he decides to show up on whatever show here on AEW Radio. Because you never know. Hell, that guy could be on a show tomorrow. Who knows? But tomorrow you've got Money Pot Podcast, Rant Booth, and Agree to Disagree. Monday morning quarterback, Sports Hounds and Flight Zone on Monday. Hockey Happy Hour on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you have Kicking It Stateside. They're back. And then HD Wednesday night. On Thursday, Marcus Thomas brings you Pro Fan Talk. And then Birds of a Feather on Thursday. Friday is A2D Fan Friday. And then Saturday is Weekly Roundup and us. Yes?
Let's just say, reminder for wrestling fans, by the way, if you are bored tomorrow and you're looking to watch some pro wrestling, GCW's big card at Hammerstein Ballroom is tomorrow. John Moxley will be there. It's supposed to be a real big card. Cardona will be there. So,
how can you even watch that? What are they on?
Fight TV.
They are on Fight. Okay.
So like you have to pay for their events, but
yeah,
I'll buy like 1 or 2 of their shows a year now.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good. I might buy tomorrow's. It's supposed to be a pretty solid card.
I think they ain't Jeff Jarrett there too.
And listen, I believe so. And listen, it's the Hammerstein Ballroom. We know there's been tons of shows, whether it's WWE, ECW over the years. When you see a lot of these kind of shows, man, they're big shows. So
I'll probably catch the replay. I got a friend's birthday tomorrow.
If you want to watch some pro wrestling, a little hardcore wrestling, it's supposed to be pretty big show. And GCW's on the rise. So,
yep. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. See you guys next week. Enjoy your week. Tell somebody you love them. Peace, love, and joy. We out.
Yeah.